Moving up from amateur to professional status is a big step, and I know this from my personal experience as a performer. Well, boxer Ricardo Hiraman has made the move that makes him this week's rising star. Jailoshini met up with Ricardo in the ring. I wonder if Jailoshini got into a fight with him.
I hope not.
At the age of 25, Ricardo Hiraman has a maturity beyond his years. He's a young man who knows exactly what he wants and is not afraid to go out there and get it. His passion for boxing is clear, but he balances it all with his love for his family and the incredible work he does with young children with special needs. The sky is indeed the limit for this amazing young man.
Before starting his boxing career, Ricardo was already excelling in other codes.
Ricardo, were you always passionate about sport in general?
Yes, actually I am. I'm a KZN swimmer, lifesaver, and even cricketer. It's just that boxing has always been a passion of mine.
So you obviously were a keen and good sportsman at every sport that you tried practically. So where did the boxing start? Where did that interest begin?
It first happened in 2002. I actually saw a fight on TV. It was all 10 rounds of the fight, and it was an amazing fight. And I actually thought it was actually quite bloody and quite exciting. And from then I actually thought it would be amazing to do this as a living.
So you decided you're starting, you got in there, and there were absolutely no doubts in your mind or regrets thereafter?
Boxing is a very unforgiving sport, so there's no chance for doubt. You know, 1 second and it's all gone.
Tell us about your journey as the boxer from the time you started up to now.
You know, when I first started, the first 2 months learning to box was actually very difficult because you actually have to learn to punch with the hand that you don't use often. And I'm a right-handed person, so I had to actually for 2 months only punch with my left hand. So you can imagine every single training session for 2 hours just punching with the left hand. But that fight that I saw in 2002, I kept it as a motivation. I had my first amateur fight in 2011. I won it, it was in Chesterville. And after that, it was just, how could I say, snowballed.
Tell us about the challenges that you faced on this journey.
And my coach always tells me that if you enjoy training, then it's not training. You're not supposed to be here. It's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be hard. So when the fight comes, it's easy.
You turned professional last year. What did that mean for you, and what has it been like since?
It's been amazing. You know, me and my mother, my mother and I, we used to joke about it a lot. She said, you'll have your first fight in Empress Palace. This was when I was an amateur, and I used to laugh at her. I used to actually like giggle and laugh at her. And she used to call it and say, you are definitely going to have your first fight in Empress Palace. And on my debut, my pro debut, I got a fight in Empress Palace. So, you know, to walk out on that day, I cannot explain the rush that went through my body. I haven't felt like that ever. And the funny part is, the second time when I did it and the third time, it's the exact same feeling. It's not like it's getting any better.
Even as an amateur, Ricardo showed his mettle, winning 13 bouts and losing only 5. His professional debut as a featherweight brought him victory against William Beloy, and since then he has lost only 1 of his 4 fights.
You're also an educator, and you train and teach children with special needs.
When I first went to the school, it was actually an eye-opener to realize that there were so many kids who have special needs. At first, it was challenging. You know, you don't know if you're able to go up to that level. But through perseverance, I realized that if I give these kids my best, that's all they need.
Obviously, just as boxing comes with its rewards when you do well and so on, you're obviously passionate about that too, and that has its own rewards.
It does. It actually gives me also another sense of purpose, because these kids are mostly kids that would not be expected to excel in the academic field. But regardless, practical field is where they really do excel, especially in my school. We are a trade school, and there are a lot of good sportsmen and women in our school.
Keep your right leg on the toe. That's it. The most important thing, boys, always remember, keep your hands up. Because these are the only 2 things that are going to protect you, is your hands being up.
Obviously seems like a lot of fun and looks easy, but there's so many elements involved, like coordination, a lot of focus and strength and stamina and agility. Wow, I'm impressed. Now, Ricardo, what would you say in terms of advice or a message to other young people out there who'd like to get involved in a sport like this?
Winners were once losers, champions were once challengers, and everyone starts somewhere.
There's no question that Ricardo follows this mantra. After losing to Pumudzo Munyai, he regrouped, redoubled his efforts and came back to beat Ayanda Nkosi. And his training is as tough as ever.
Just being a pro boxer on its own is a lot of sacrifice. With Ricardo, he's the first Indian boxer to be professional in 26 years. So with that becomes a lot of pressure as well. Everyone's sort of, well, hang on, 26 years, we need to see something. So he's committed, he's dedicated, he's in this gym 24/7. Mornings before he goes to work as a school teacher. Afternoons, once he's finished, he's back in the gym, and he trains here till 6:30, 7 in the evening. So the commitment and the dedication from Ricardo is endless. And that's really what makes him special.
Ricardo's fists have earned him respect in the ring, but as a caring human being, he punches well above his weight.